Chris, every time someone buys a new bike, there's that short honeymoon phase. The paint still smells fresh, the tires still have that shiny mold release, and you think, man, this is perfect. I don't need to change a thing. Give it 2 weeks, and boom, the list starts forming. Phone mount here, bit more wind protection there, maybe some extra lighting so you don't feel like you're riding with two candles.
Mate, it's the same story everywhere. I remember when I got my Interceptor, I swore I'd keep it stock. By the end of month 1, I'd already added fork gaiters, a better seat, and a tank bag. My wife said, "You've spent more time buying bits for it than actually riding it."
Oh, I have been there. My Hunter 350, within the first 1,000 kilometers, it had a phone mount, auxiliary lights, and bar and mirrors. It's like bikes have this unspoken agreement with their owners. I'll give you joy, but you're gonna spend on me. And the Bear 650 is exactly that sort of bike. Out of the showroom, it's got the chops. A 648cc twin, ADV geometry, a solid touring stance. But if you actually use it the way it's meant to be used, highways, bad roads, off-road bits, you quickly realize where a few strategic upgrades can save your back, your bike, and your patience.
Yeah, and here's the best part. We're not going crazy today. We're not talking 40,000 rupees suspensions or full titanium exhausts. This is all about functional, proven upgrades, each under 6,000 rupees, that can make a massive difference to how you experience the Bear.
Under 6K per item means you can even get 3 or 4 in one go without going broke. And let's be honest, that's how most of us buy stuff anyway. One accessory turns into a cart full.
Yep, the while I'm at it syndrome. I came for a tank bag and left with fork gaiters, a touring seat cushion, and handlebar risers.
Mate, don't forget the magnetic tank bags. That's like the gateway drug to bike accessories.
Yep, exactly. So today we are going to break down the 12 best Bear 650 accessories under 6,000 rupees, from protection to comfort to convenience. All of them tested in the real world, all of them worth every rupee. And we'll tell you why they matter, not just what they are.
And if you're listening and thinking, I don't tow that much, maybe I don't need all of these, trust me, some of these are just as useful in the city as they are on Ladakh runs.
Yeah, because a lot of these upgrades aren't about bling. They're about practicality, safety, and making your ride smoother.
Plus, if you're like Aadi here, who thinks off-road means any road with more than 2 potholes, you'll want some of these just for peace of mind.
Hey, I do actually trails too, okay? But fine, guilty as charged. So stick around because over the next few segments, we're going deep into each upgrade, sharing our own experiences, where to get the best bang for your buck, and which ones to prioritize if you're starting from scratch.
And if you're listening and thinking, I don't tow that much, maybe I don't need all of these. Trust me, some of these are just as useful in the city as they are on Ladakh runs.
Yeah, because a lot of these upgrades aren't about bling. They're about practicality, safety, and making your ride smoother.
Plus, if you're like Adi here, who thinks off-road means any road with more than 2 potholes, you'll want some of these just for peace of mind.
Hey, I do actual trails too, okay? But fine, guilty as charged. So stick around because over the next few segments, we're going deep into each upgrade, sharing our own experiences, where to get the best bang for your buck, and which ones to prioritize if you're starting from scratch. Alright, first up on our list, the magnetic tank bag. Now, I've been a backpack guy for years, but the first time I did a proper touring run with a tank bag, I kicked myself for not doing it sooner.
Oh yeah, especially on a bike like the Bear 650. You've got that wide tank, perfect for a magnetic base. No straps, no faffing about, just plonk it on and it stays put even at highway speeds.
And the beauty is you can keep your essentials right there. Phone, wallet, snacks, even a power bank if you're running your GPS all day. Most of these even have that transparent top cover so your phone sits under it like an old school paper map.
I remember this one time on the Mumbai-Goa highway, rain came down like the heavens opened a tap. My tank bag had this tiny rain cover, kept my phone bone dry while my so-called waterproof jacket failed miserably.
Priorities, mate. The phone survives but the rider's soaked. And the best part? A good magnetic tank bag for the Bear will cost you somewhere between 2,500 to 3,000 rupees. Totally worth it. Alright, next one. Adjustable windshield extension. This is such an underrated upgrade, especially if you're tall.
Oh mate, tell me about it. The stock visor on the Bear is fine, but at 5'11 like me, the wind hits you square in the helmet at 100 kmph. You get this constant buffeting that just wears you out.
Exactly. An adjustable extension bolts right onto the stock visor, and you can tweak the height and angle so the wind goes over your helmet instead of into it. That means less noise, less strain on your neck, and more fuel lift in the tank because you're not constantly resisting drag.
And they're cheap too, 1800 to 2500 rupees. Plus you can remove it when you want the bike to look sleeker.
I keep mine all year. Even in the city, it helps cut down dust hitting you straight in the face. Number 3. Fog gaiters. These are basically like leg warmers for your front suspension.
Leg warmers. But seriously, if you got USD forks like on the Bear, dust and tiny bits of gravel are your worst enemies. They chew up fork seals and a sealed replacement is not cheap.
Exactly. For 700 to 1200 rupees, fog gaiters keep all that muck out, which means your suspension stays smooth for years. I've had bikes where skipping this tiny accessory cost me 3 times the price in repairs.
Also, they look good. Give the bike a bit of that rugged retro vibe.
Yeah,
The
so
radiator
it's
guard.
form and
Now,
function.
I know some riders skip this thinking, yaar, why spend extra when Ari already gave a radiator? But here's the thing. The stock radiator is basically sitting there, wide open, waiting for a stray stone to punch through.
Oh yeah, and you don't even have to be off-roading for that to happen. A speeding truck in front of you kicks up a pebble at 80 kilometers per hour. Bam! You've got coolant all over the road and a very expensive tow bill.
Exactly. The Bear's liquid-cooled twin is a gem, but lose coolant and you're cooking your engine before you can even pull over. A 1200 to 1800 rupee radiator guard, that's cheap insurance for your peace of mind.
And they look good too. Mesh or honeycomb designs, sometimes with a Bear logo cut into them.
Number 5. Crash guards with sliders. This one's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, and I learned that the hard way. First week with my Interceptor, I parked outside a cafe, didn't notice the slope, and the bike tipped over. Just a tiny fall, but it scraped the engine casing and put a dent in the exhaust. That's way more than the 4,000 rupees I could have spent on a guard.
Happened to me with the Himalayan too. I had crash guards, but no sliders, so the guard bent and pushed into the tank. Lesson learned. Get guards with sliders. They keep the bike's frame and tank away from the ground during a fall. And they give your legs a buffer too.
Plus, you can mount highway pegs or fog lamps on them, makes them even more useful.
Number 6. Rear paddock spools. This is one of those little upgrades you don't think about until you need it.
Oh mate, tell me about it. I used to clean and lube my chain by awkwardly rolling the bike forward and backward. One wrong move and the bike would topple towards me.
Same here. Once I got paddock spools, I could just slot a paddock stand in, lift the rear wheel, and do all my chain cleaning, tire checks, and even brake inspections without breaking my back. And they're like 600 to 800 rupees.
Also, the Bear's chain line is higher than a classic 350, so paddock spools make a huge difference in
Mobile
keeping
mount with
maintenance
vibration dampener. Look, if you're using Google Maps or Spotify on rides, your phone needs to be rock solid on the handlebar. But the real reason I insist on a vibration dampener is because these new phone cameras, especially iPhones and high-end Androids, have delicate optical stabilization. Too much handlebar buzz and goodbye camera focus.
I actually ruined my old Pixels camera on a 2-day ride because I went cheap on the mount. The image started shaking like a jelly.
Been there. My go-to suggestion, Bobo Claw Grip Pro or Rhinox Nomad with a vibration module. You're looking at 1200 to 2000 rupees for something that will keep your phone safe and still let you tilt it to avoid glare. Number 8. Saddle stay or soft luggage mount. The Bear's exhaust runs high, so chucking saddlebags without a stay is just asking for melted fabric. And even if the bags survive, the swing arm and rear wheel will chew through the straps if they're loose. Exactly. A proper saddle stay keeps your bag stable, away from heat and balanced on long rides. Prices? Rupees 2000 to 3500 depending on build. My tip? Go for powder-coated mild steel for durability and rust resistance.
Also makes loading and unloading much faster. No need to do yoga poses to fit the straps around the frame.
Number 9. LED auxiliary fog lamps. I'm telling you, the Bear's stock headlamp is good, but once you ride on a foggy mountain road or a pitch dark highway, you'll wish you had extra beams.
Mounted low and angled slightly down, they light up potholes, stray dogs, and road edges way before your main headlight does. And if you get 40-watt or 60-watt LEDs from a brand like Mad Dog or HJK, you're spending 2,500 to 5,000 for a massive safety upgrade. Bonus, they make the bike look like a
Number
Dakar
10,
rally machine.
wide foot pegs. This is one of those upgrades people dismiss until they actually try them. The Bear stock pegs are fine for city riding, but on long days or off-road stints, wider pegs give your boots more surface area, which means less foot fatigue and better grip when you're standing up on trails.
Yeah, and they also help you shift your weight more comfortably without your foot hanging half off the peg. My Himalayan 450 had them stock, and I miss them every time I ride a bike without them.
You can get decent aftermarket ones for 900 to 1500 rupees. Pro tip, go for serrated edges with removable rubber inserts. Rubber for city, bare metal for mud. Number 11. Handlebar risers. A lot of riders don't realize how much of their back pain comes from leaning slightly forward for hours. Add 25 mm to 50 mm risers and suddenly your wrists, shoulders and spine are all saying thank you.
Plus, if you're tall like me, risers stop you from hunching when you're standing on the pegs. It's such a small change, but it really transforms comfort.
1000 to 1500 rupees for a good aluminium set. And no, they don't ruin handling unless you go overboard with the height. Number 12. Touring seat cushion. Now this is the silent hero of long distance comfort. Gel or memory foam cushions reduce tailbone pressure and spread your weight evenly. Perfect for those 300 plus kilometer days when your backside usually starts plotting revenge by lunchtime.
Mate, I still remember your face after that Chennai to Goa ride without one. Looked like you'd done squats for 3 days straight.
Never again. 1200 to 2000 rupees and your body will thank you. Alright, so if you've only got 6k to spend right now, my picks would be radiator guard, saddle stay and a mobile mount with dampener. That's safety, luggage and navigation sorted in one go.
And I'd go for crash guards, foot pegs, and the touring seat cushion. My logic, first protect the bike, then protect my backside.
Either way, you can't go wrong. The Bear 650 is already tour ready, but with a few of these upgrades, it becomes your bike, built for your rides, your comfort, your adventures.
And trust me, the sooner you get it out, the more you'll enjoy those first 5,000 kilometers.
Exactly. Alright, that's our list of 12 must-have Bear 650 accessories under 6k. What's on yours? Let us know and we'll test out the most interesting picks in a future episode. Until then, ride safe, ride far, and keep the thump alive.